Welcome to Season 3 of The Business Gist, where we're always talking about the human side of the bottom line. In this season, we're talking to business owners on how they're navigating the worldwide pandemic, what they're doing to pivot, and how they're making tough choices between people and profit.
Today on The Business Gist, we're speaking with Teresa Kenney from Village Books.
Teresa, thank you so much for joining me on the Business Gist podcast today.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
So, normally as a business owner, things are always hard just in general, but with this environment, it's even harder. Can you tell us just a little bit about your business and what you're experiencing right now?
Absolutely. Well, I have two businesses right now. The one that is open for business is my writing and editing consulting work. I've been doing that for about 15 years. And the one that I just was getting ready to launch before everything came to a halt was a community independent bookstore within my my community here in Texas.
So how have you had to pivot?
Well, with my writing and editing, I've always done that from home, so I really haven't had to. I mean, there have obviously been a drop in workload, but other than that, that was to be expected. For the bookstore, which is Village Books, I actually am not able to close on my loan, and so I am sort of stuck in this no man's land where I have a website up, I'm reaching out to the community, but I can't plan any events, I can't order the inventory, but I still want to be a presence within the community, particularly at this point in time.
So tell me a little bit about that. What are you doing with the community?
Well, I went ahead and launched my website and went ahead and launched the online bookstore. But I also have been trying to post fun things such as children's story time from space. And I did a writing contest about spring and the community. And I'm going to be planning to do sort of a concert of sorts where people can post their favorite lyrics. Because our world famous Cynthia Woods Pavilion is shut down right now. So sort of a lyrical concert, if you will.
Oh, very cool. Did you get a lot of entries for your writing contest?
I got a fair amount for a first time event, and particularly since I'm brand new to the community, I've never, the doors have never even opened. So I got I divided it into poetry, creative nonfiction, and then under 16.
Wonderful.
So I actually got more from the under 16 than I thought I would.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it was. And a lot more poetry, which was really surprising to me.
Was there anything that really moved you?
Oh, there was so many. I mean, my community is really artistic, and there are so many creative people here. So there have been just really interesting. Some of them were just funny, and some of them were very introspective. And so there's a lot of talent out there.
Good. What would you say is the hardest lesson that you've learned so far about your business model?
That you have absolutely no control over it once you put it out there. Obviously you do have some control over it. You have some control over how you react to the circumstances that are beyond your control, but there are always going to be things that you can't control, and you just have to learn to go with it.
So do you have a mantra as you're kind of figuring out how to move through the limbo that you're in?
The mantra that I've always had when things start to get a little rough is just let go and let God. And whether or not you are spiritual or religious, it's really just let the universe take care of things. And it usually, well, for me, it always has. So that's been my mantra for everything.
So as the universe takes care of you, what silver linings are you finding?
Well, I think it's fortunate that I didn't close on my loan, because if I had, I would have opened the store and it would have been shut down pretty much immediately. And then I would have had employees that I had to worry about their livelihood. And so I think that's fortunate. It's not how I planned my opening to extend it out this far. I mean, it's almost been a year since I've been planning this, and I had no intention for it to take this long. But I think that's kind of fortunate. Otherwise, I would be a brand new business with doors open and no customers allowed to come in.
That is quite the silver lining. It's very fortuitous.
Yes.
What advice would you give to other business owners as they're trying to figure out their way through all of this?
I think, and you and I have talked about this, but I think just don't lose the human side of it. I mean, don't forget. I mean, obviously, we're all in business to make money, but we're also, I think most people are in business to make a difference in some way in their own industry. And don't forget that there are people who are counting on you, whether it's your customers or it's your community or it's your employees or your family. So just don't forget that. Don't get all wrapped up in the scary financials, and just be sure to reach out to those people who help you succeed.
That's great advice. Any parting thoughts that you want to share with us before we go today?
I don't think so. Just that, I mean, I feel very fortunate to know individuals like yourself who really do put that human side to business. And you've been a great resource to me. And so I'm thankful for you as somebody who has been helping me navigate this business world as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, you are a great resource as well. And I know you're going to do great things in your community. And I can't wait for Village Books to officially open. But until then, our listeners can certainly reach out and find you. Do you want to share your website?
It's myvillagebooks.com.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Teresa. I hope everything turns out well for you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for joining us today on The Business Gist. Make sure to follow us at thebusinessgist.com. Have a great day.